The European Union, they are talking about banning not only porn, but all kinds of, sort of quote-unquote offensive material. And a lot of this is coming out of Denmark, but it would obviously span all of the European Union. And it's hard to say what is porn, what is offensive, who's going to decide on all this stuff. I can't start with you, Adam, because I know, Desi, who should decide what is pornography? They're doing this because they say that they want to protect the image of women and stop.
I think they called it eliminate gender stereotypes that demean women. And I was like, oh, really? So you're going to ban porn because it's worked so well in Muslim countries.
Exactly. Right. If you don't get some of that sexual stuff out, it's fertile ground.
Somehow that's going to increase or elevate the status of women in that society, and that's just bullshit.
Yeah. Do you think it's just an endless slippery slope that no matter what you do to kind of curtail pornography or offensive images, that automatically nothing good can come out of this because you just keep going?
Well, I think that the definition of pornography is the problem. I mean, the U.S. Supreme Court has tried, and they said, well, I know it when I see it, and that was determined to be not good enough of a standard, really, when you think about the expansion of internet porn, for example. So, I understand the idea behind what they're trying to achieve with this, but it's the absolutely wrong mechanism because there's no way to understand who's going to define it, how they would legislate it, how they would enforce it. There's so many issues that, it's a slippery slope, but it's just also, I think, a boondoggle of enforcement.
Absolutely.
People, yes, I'm totally not in favor of banning of porn in any capacity
whatsoever. I knew it was going to be hard to find guests who are going to be like, get rid of the porn.
Who wants to ever get rid of the porn? But I will say that there are something, like, for example, Iceland is the country that's really leading this charge, and Iceland is taking note from how China bans from users from visiting certain websites.
They literally want to use the same software.
That is
China
not
is
a country we should be following. No country should ever be emulating, ever, China. And then on top of that, the country or the party that is supporting or is against the ban of porn is the Pirate Party from Sweden. Like, how ridiculous. How can anyone take anybody serious? No wonder Europe's in such a mess.
Pirates aren't for porn?
Well, but they're called the Pirate Party.
They're called the Pirate Party. That's ridiculous.
Like when rated R.
And it's Iceland. Iceland is the shrinkage there. That was like, I was going to do a joke about shrinkage, but I'm not going to do that now because you did the dick joke.
Adam, I'm going to go intellectual with you on this one. What do you think that maybe the European Union is actually too big? Because the sexual hang-ups they may have in France may be very different from the ones they may have in Belgium or in Iceland, et cetera, so that maybe you can't legislate for this giant beast?
You know what? I will actually take the other. Like, I think that obviously, porn, there's a market for it. It doesn't. Sometimes people need it. It's a release. It's a fantasy. It is what it is. But there is a certain element where there is a dark element of porn where it's like teenage kids, or bondage, or girls getting shit on, or whatever. And like that, I think that might.
He's making a point here.
That might be too much. There is an element of like, okay, this becomes less artistic and more just like, and that you have to be careful with that. When it crosses the legal line.
Not illegal. I mean, of course, underage is illegal, but if someone wants to get shit on, they have the right as a citizen of at least the United States to make a film of them getting shit on. So I think it should be the same in the European Union, and I do agree it shouldn't be a European Union.
But if the goal is to protect the children, then just don't keep the kids out of porn. Don't do porn with children. There isn't, but like there is underage porn. I think obviously that's no one, and if that's the goal, then get rid of the underage porn. But don't do,
Well, let's get a little bit back to what the purpose supposedly of this bill is, which is to protect the image of women. Do you think that porn actually contributes to negative images of women?
My girlfriend wants to watch porn all the time. I mean, she's the one who a lot of girls like porn.
Don't move to Europe.
That's first of all, European porn is the craziest porn out there.
German porn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. German porn is like literally. No, I actually have a friend who does porn.
Yeah,
he says German porn is the one area of porn that porn actors in the U.S. will never ever go to. It's like they are crazy. They do more than just shitting on.
Wow.
But,
so maybe as an American here, I've been watching such vanilla stuff that I really can't comment on the. Desi, you did not. Now, you were signing up for 3 comedians talking about porn.
Look, she seems like a pretty liberal girl. Am I right? You've watched.
I don't have a problem with women in porn. You know, I can see where it's coming from.
And you've watched porn before.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen, I know what the psychologists are talking about when they say that it demeans women and exploits women. I'm just going to go right over that.
She's a pro. That was good.
The
but
point
she's a
that
pro.
I think that I would like to make is
Yeah.
that one psychologist that I read, specifically referring to this, she said, you know, porn is a result of gender stereotypes. It is not the cause of gender stereotypes. So that's going to be, that will not have the effect that they're hoping
First
for
of all,
it to have.
the porn I like to watch is like the dancing bear. Have you seen that? Like a guy comes in dressed up as a bear. He's a stripper, and like all these chicks are just taking turns on him and stuff. Like to me, that's pro woman. You know, that's all like.
It sounds anti-bear, actually. I don't know if it's pro-woman. It's definitely anti-bear. Bonobos.com is the official outfitter of the Rubin Report. Get this shirt. Use code TRR20 at bonobos.com.